Yo, what is going on, guys? We are back today for another video. So I apologize for not uploading yesterday. I'm trying to upload daily. Yesterday was just I was very sore. The day before yesterday, I had leg day, my very first leg day at the gym. Trying to get back into it, and I could barely walk. They're still very sore today. So it's just a bit of a rest day. But we had some big information released yesterday with the Kabam stream here. So we have our Summoner's Choice champions. We know who we're going to be able to vote for, who will be added to the game. So yeah, let's go ahead and just get right into it. So up first here we have a very unique champion that I've never seen before. I think she's called Shathra. Shathra. So she looks really cool. I think she's one of the coolest looking on this list. So, and the little tidbit here we have is a woman consumed by more hate and rage than any mere mortal could handle. She was transformed by this darkness and took the frightening form of a spider wasp. So, yeah, that's kind of cool. A spider wasp. The only thing, so for me, like, so far for Summoner's Choice, we've had Hercules, Quicksilver, and Gladiator. And, Hercules, absolute banger, Cosmic Champion. Quicksilver, banger. A bit of an acquired taste, but yes, undoubtedly an extremely powerful champion offensively and defensively. Really great addition to the game. Science. And then, we had Gladiator, who flopped, and Cosmic, and yeah, waiting for rebalancing, which should be any day now. But so personally, I definitely don't want another Cosmic Summoner's Choice champion, and I don't really want another Science one either. Personally, I just want, as long as it's not Cosmic or Science, I'm good. So I feel like this chick here, she'd probably be Science. A Spider Wasp. Maybe she'd be Mystic, because she's transformed by hate and darkness. I don't know. It'd be nice if they put the class types, because like a lot of champions you can guess the class type. This one I'm a little unsure about, so I don't know. But she does look cool. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. So, and there's a bit of a theme here. The theme is supposed to be villains, but the theme is actually kind of like bugs. So next up here we have the Beetle. So I definitely have heard of the Beetle before. I think I've seen the Beetle as like a villain in like some Spider-Man cartoons or something. I'm pretty sure it was a dude though. In all of the introductions that I've seen of the Beetle character, but this one is a female. So this one is Janice Lincoln. And so I think that's the daughter of, was it Tombstone, I think they said, or something. So a founder of a criminal enterprise known as the Syndicate. This villain represents a lot of high-flying, high-tech trouble. So, like this one, obviously a tech champion. And again, keeping the whole bug-like theme. So, I don't know. This one doesn't really excite me too much. Like, it's just, a Beetle tech suit. I mean, I don't know. That doesn't interest me a ton. Like, we have all kinds of really cool tech champions. I don't know. That doesn't really get me super excited. It could be cool, but, definitely not, like, making me want to vote for her. So, yeah, I don't think I'm going to be voting for the Beetle. Alright. Let's go ahead and move on. Oh, what happened? Oh. You guys notice back here, we got a little bobblehead. It's actually me. And so Pepe gave me this little hat from Mexico. Put it back on there. I'll fix it later. And then we also have a little Spot who is also chilling, but they fell. I'll fix that later. But alright, let's go ahead and move on now to the next champion. So after the Beetle, we have the Blob. So this guy already seems to be in the early running to win this thing, Based off of day one polls, we can say, the Blob is in the lead right now. Or that's what I've gathered. That's what a lot of people seem to think. And so I had no idea who this guy was until Karate Mike, he sent a GIF. And I'm like, oh, dude, yeah, I've seen that guy before. Basically, he was in the X-Men Wolverine Origins movie You know, that's the movie with the Deadpool that can't open his mouth and that can teleport and stuff, with Sabretooth as well. Um, so yeah, in that movie, when they meet the teleporting guy, not Nightcrawler, it's a different teleporting guy, at like a gym. The Blob was there. He was in the ring fighting. So I do know the Blob. I didn't realize I had even known the Blob until Mike sent that gift. I'm like, oh, that guy's familiar. That sparked a core memory, man. I actually really used to like the X-Men Wolverine Origins movie. It was like what's the word for that? I can't think of the word, but yeah, it's like a bad movie, but you like it. You know, what's the saying on those? I can't think of it right now. But yeah, that's what that movie is for me. You know, one of those bad ones that you just secretly enjoy, and you probably don't tell people about. But I don't care. I enjoy it, man. And you know, that movie kind of. If it wasn't for that movie, you know, we probably might not have had the Deadpool that we have today, you know, because Ryan Reynolds was Deadpool in that movie, which, you know, Deadpool wasn't great, but that I think that definitely helped to lead him to the Deadpool we have today. And speaking of, like, Deadpool 3 is going to be coming out soon, which I'm super excited about. But yeah, so the Blob here, a true heavy-hitting member of the antagonistic Brotherhood of Mutants, that's like Magneto's group. This big bully is not to be messed with. So, yeah, he's a Blob. He's a big mutant guy who's probably going to hit hard. It'll probably be like super tanky on defense. I don't know. This guy would be very interesting. I'm totally fine if this guy wins because he's going to be mutant. We've never had a mutant Summoner's Choice champion, so that'd be cool. Yeah, I think I really have no idea what can really do with him except for like I said, he probably hits hard and it'll probably be tanky. And I mean, those are some good building blocks to a champion. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'd be fine if the Blob wins the votes. And like I said, it kind of early day one polls, I think would say that he's definitely winning. All right, so next up here we have Shriek. So Carnage follows the sonic beam generating mutant, both literally and figuratively, because she like broke out of prison with Carnage, so she'll probably have a good synergy with him or something. So she's got a voice that can shatter her foes' bodies and minds. So yeah, she shrieks and makes like a loud noise. I don't know. Personally, I don't find that very interesting for a Summoner's Choice champion. Like, if any of these characters, you know, were just added, like, on a random month, you know, like, cool, sure. But, like, I am not enticed to vote for a champion that shrieks. And that's literally her name. Like, no, I don't know. That doesn't excite me at all. So, yeah, I don't think I'm going to be voting for Shriek. All right, let's move on. And next up here we have Swarm. So this champion, I'd say, is one of the coolest looking. Man, it just looks crazy. So Swarm, a keeper of killer bees who became the hive itself. This immortal scientist is now a sentient storm of sinister stingers. A lot of alliteration there. So yeah, this guy is basically like a skeleton. So, you know, think of like Brooke from One Piece, and then like a bunch of wasps on his skeleton, and they can like fly him around and stuff. Like that's pretty crazy. That's pretty weird and unique, and I feel like that could lead to some pretty crazy animations. The only thing is, would this be science? Would it be mystic? I don't know. Probably science, because it's a scientist, an immoral scientist. So it'd probably be another science champion. So yeah, like I said, I don't really. I want a new class type to win Summoner's Choice this year, personally. But I'd say Swarm's definitely the coolest, the best, coolest, and badass looking vibes. I'm getting from this champion. So I would not be mad at Swarm one, just because I feel like there's so many possibilities. You know that whoever designs this champion can really do. There's like so many possibilities, and the animations could look just so crazy too. Yeah, I would guess if this was a science champion, like a lot of power sting type deals, because literally it says stingers here, you know, so power stings would definitely, I think, make sense in if the champion was added. But yeah, that's Swarm. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. So I think we have like 3 more. So Viper. So aka Madam Hydra, a ruler, leader, and constant force of chaos for Wolverine. This highly trained assassin is deadly and devastating with any weapon. Okay, so I would say Lady is it late? I thought it was Lady Viper. So maybe it's not Madam Hydra, Lady Viper, Viper. I don't know, but I don't know a ton about this character. I think I've seen her in. Well, I think it was like the was it Avengers Assemble cartoon? Might have been that. Or no, I think it was Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes. That was the good one. That was the good cartoon that got cut short. That one was a banger. I loved watching that as a kid. And I remember there was one arc where we saw this chick, and she seemed kind of cool. She's like, you know, the modern day kind of Red Skull, the leader of Hydra. And so as a character, you know, like I feel like she'd be cool. But, however, I have a bit of an idea myself that I think could really work well if my idea was executed. So basically, what I'm thinking, what I've been thinking for literally years, ever since Avengers Endgame came out, ever since I was sitting in that theater and I watched Captain America pick up Mjolnir, bro, one thought came into my mind. We need this guy in MCOC. We need him. And what did Kabam do? They never added him. The most hype moment in the entire MCU is not an MCOC. Like, I have never heard a better theater reaction than when Cap picked up Mjolnir, dude. Like, the theater just went nuts. And it was just, like, it was my favorite moment in the entire MCU, dude. So, like, I've always wanted worthy Captain America in game. And so my idea, I think like now is like the perfect time for this idea. Like I said, I've had this idea since Endgame, and originally the idea was Kabam had teased, you know, adding Stormbreaker Thor, another character that I wanted so bad in game, either, you know, just with Stormbreaker from Infinity War or the Endgame version with the full crazy beard and dual wielding, you know, Stormbreaker and Mjolnir. I wanted that Thor in game so bad. And my idea kind of back then was if they added that Thor, he could have like a crazy, maybe like a synergy or something with Captain America that like made him become worthy. But now, you know, we never got that Thor. So now the idea has kind of evolved and shifted. So, you know, we had the perfect example of a remaster last year that came out alongside the Summoner's Choice Champion. So that was Iron Man, right? So basically my idea now, what it's evolved into is, for example, let's say we get Lady Viper, okay, or Madam Viper, Madam Hydra. So let's say she's a Summoner's Choice champion, all right? Now imagine, and so she's like a Captain America villain as well, because Hydra, you know, Captain America against Hydra and everything. So imagine what comes alongside Lady Viper. We get a remaster to one of the older Captain Americas, and there's 2 of them. Take your pick, Kabam. You could do Captain America Classic. You do Captain America World War II. You got 2 worthless Captain Americas to pick from to make them become worthy Captain America. So you remaster their kit, just like we saw with Iron Man. So we see that Captain America with Mjolnir. And yeah, like take it from there. I have some more ideas. What I'd love to see is maybe if that Captain America had like a pre-fight where he can basically activate his pre-fight and he changes his class. So he goes from science to cosmic with the pre-fight. How sick would that be, dude? Like, man. And I think that would just be so perfect for a remastered worthy Captain America to come out alongside Madam Hydra, Lady Viper here. And I think she'd be a skill champion, which we've never seen a skill Summoner's Choice. So that's my idea, basically. That's kind of what it's evolved to today. And I think that would just be, like, so cool if that happened. So personally right now I'm leaning Lady Viper a little bit just because of that whole idea. And I mean, the idea could still work even if she didn't win. You know, I hope that they're still going to remaster a champion and release it alongside the Summoner's Choice. I think that's the perfect formula. And I also hope that it's, well, I kind of do hope that it's like another Avenger, kind of like Iron Man. I think Captain America would be cool. I think Doctor Strange would also be cool. There's other champs too, but yeah, so that's kind of my idea. So that's enough talking about Viper. All right, let's move on. I think we have two more. One that I think sounds pretty cool, and one that is pretty obscure. So this dude seems pretty cool. So his name is Black Tarantula, and I like his look, his vibe. He looks super badass. I dig his vibe, dude. Like, I feel like this is the type of dude that would like be in charge of like the Black ISO market at MCOC, you know, like the Sigil store. I feel like this guy is like the perfect dude to be running that store, man. He has that perfect vibe, like of the shady underside where I want to buy something. This is the guy I'd go to, you know. And so, a man of mystery and possible immortality. So the reason they say that is because apparently he got stabbed in the heart by Bullseye. You know, Bullseye, he doesn't miss, so he hit his heart, and this dude did not die. So, yeah, I mean, usually if you get stabbed in your heart, you die instantly. So, yeah, surviving that's a feat for sure. So this super-powered crime lord may look to overthrow Battle Realm's underworld. So, again, I would assume this guy would maybe be like a skill champion. So he looks pretty dope. I would not be mad at all if this guy won the vote. But yeah, I don't know a ton about him. But it seems kind of interesting. And then I think there's just one final champion, and this champion is so obscure. So it's Ruby Thursday. Look at this chick's head. Like, what am I looking at here? So enhanced with organic circuitry to bowl over any who oppose her. She's been everything from thief to gambler to political candidate, leaving no wicked career path unexplored. How is gambling a wicked career path? I don't know. But yeah, I don't know, dude. I personally, this is probably the bottom vote for me. I don't know. It's just too weird for me. I don't know. This one's way too obscure and odd, and it'd be funny if she won, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm not really vibing with that one too much. So how do we vote? So it's going to be an in-game ballot that we get. Then there's also going to be a Twitter or X wildcard champion as well. And yeah, let's get a picture of, here's the voting schedule as well. So first round of voting, the 19th to the 22nd, second round, 26th to the 29th, and then final round, head-to-head bloodbath battle royale. It's a mouthful. February 2nd to the 5th, and then the winner announcement live stream on February 9th. And then we should have a picture of like all of them somewhere here. Where's that at? There it is, right there. So yeah, these are our 8 Summoner's Choice champions for this year. So I'd really love to hear what your guys' thoughts are on all of these champions. What do you think of the list? For me personally, I was a bit underwhelmed, a little bit disappointed, just because on all of the previous, votes, there's always been at least one champion that I, instantly kind of gravitate towards and like, oh, like I would really like to see that champion in game. And typically, there's been multiple of those types of champions. But this is the first time where like there's not a single champion on here that I'm like, oh, I really want that champion in game. It's just I'm kind of indifferent about most of these champions. Some of them I have a bit more of a liking to, but like it's not very a strong likeness. So yeah, for me personally, I'd say this is a underwhelming and I'd say the most disappointing vote for me. But maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's a good thing because last year was a whole fiasco. I wanted Gladiator. I campaigned you guys, the channel, to vote for Gladiator. We pulled out the W just barely. We squeaked it out with 50.5%. And what ended up happening, we got the worst champion of the year in Gladiator. So like after that, like I don't want to campaign to vote for another champion. Yeah, like it's just the Gladiator fiasco, man. Cannot wait to see his rebalancing. Hopefully, they do him justice. But like just after that, like like I'm not trying to campaign. I'm not trying to rally voters again. Like it's nah. So for this vote, I'm just gonna be chilling, sitting back on the sidelines and enjoying the show. And yeah, like whoever wins, cool. It's not a big deal to me. Because for me, I'm just much more excited about all the champions that are going to be added, this year, because they were showing off, the original summoner's choices from, the first, second, and third iterations. So let me pull that up here. So the very first one. So like we've already gotten, Hercules, Omega Sentinel, and Morbius all added in game. So there's a very good chance we see at least, one of these other champions added this year. For me, I really wanted Blue Marvel. On the very first iteration, he was my number one. He didn't end up going too far, but I would absolutely love Blue Marvel in game. He's just stupidly powerful in the comics, kind of like Sentry, and so I'm hoping that would translate well into game. But like Sentry and Gladiator, they didn't. So, you never know. It's a coin toss. But yeah, I'd love to see Blue Marvel added this year. So that was the first vote. Let's move to the second one. This one, when Quicksilver won, there's a lot of picks here. So we had Armor, Danny, Beta Ray Bill, Crystal, Spider-Woman, Quicksilver, Prowler, Hobgoblin, Baron Zemo, Bullseye, Kushala, and Agatha. And we already have Danny, Quicksilver, Quicksilver 1 of course, but Danny, Quicksilver, Baron Zemo, Bullseye, and Kushala in game. So I feel like there's a very, very good chance we're going to get another one of these champs this year. I'd say even two. I think it's very likely that we see Beta Ray Bill and Agatha added this year. And personally, I'd love to see Hobgoblin. I think Hobgoblin would be a really, really cool addition. I'd be very keen to see how the art team designs it, because I think Hobgoblin's like one of the most badass looking Spider-Man villains. Like he just looks so cool. As a villain, I don't think he's all that much, but look wise, I've always just loved his aesthetic. So I feel like our team would really knock it out of the park with Hobgoblin. And then on the last one, we had Deathlock, Sunfire, Marrow, White Tiger, Gladiator, Echo, Spider-Punk, and Bullseye. And so out of these champions, I would say, after Gladiator, my pick would definitely have been Bullseye. He's being added this month, so that's super hype, and White Tigers as well. And so yeah, and Jax, Kabam Jax, one of our community managers, he really wanted Spider-Punk. So I feel like we might see Spider-Punk. I feel like he's probably been pushing for it in the background. So maybe we'll see Spider-Punk. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much gonna do it for this video. Let me know what you guys think of this vote this year. What do you think of all the champions? Who do you want to see added to the game the most? Who are you going to be voting for? I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts. And yeah, like I said, I'm just going to kind of be chilling on the sidelines on this one. And I'm not really too fussed about who makes it into the game. Like I said, my one and only really hope is just that it's not cosmic and it's not science. And as long as that criteria is met, I'm going to be happy. So yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys did enjoy. Drop a thumbs up. If so, subscribe if you want to see more content. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support. It means the world to me. You guys are seriously the best. Yeah. Peace out.